Brian and Marcia just arriving to pick me up at Broome. They're all loaded. This is in the morning. It's about 9:30 and we're on our way up to Fitzroy Crossing. That's about another 100 odd k's, and we're just having a slight break. Here's the van that belongs to Doug and Joan, and there's Brian's, and this is a boab tree. This is a boab tree. They've got the heavy trunks, of course, and then up the top they've got, it's a sort of nut thing up there, if we can see them. So we've got about 200 k's to go. Now that's Bob and Rhonda's outfit there. This, of course, is Brian and Marcia's. And then we head round here to Doug and Joan's. Some lovely mountains. Very keen golfer. He'll play golf anywhere at all. You know, and this is
the Royal and Ancient Tanami.
This is hitting down the Tanami track.
Hang on, right. You right?
Don't miss it, Bobby. Don't miss it.
Oh.
Oh, very good shot.
Not very good, was it?
Not only that, but I've got it on video.
Right. You're next.
Here's Brian having a go.
Well, talk about bloody, give us a go at that bloody thing.
Now, here's,
I'll get behind you.
here's Doug having a go.
I got the sign too. Don't let your fire get out.
Now this is Richard on the Tanami having his hit on the Royal and Ancient Tanami track. Placing the ball now carefully.
Down the middle. Down the middle.
Expect a good shot here.
Hey?
He'll slam it down.
Oh, there it goes. Hello, look, you've got a right-hand curve on it.
God, it's gone way down to the Tanami, out of sight.
Now we're at Hall's Creek in the camping area. There's Brian's. There's Bob's. And there's Dave's, they're all together. And I have a little cabin up here, which is ideal because I don't have to put up the tent. It's the one right in behind there, actually. But it only has a bed and a fridge, but I think that's all you want. Now we're heading into the bungles, and we're about halfway in off the main road. Altogether, I think it's about 55 k's in, and we've been a little bit over an hour and a half, and we're only just after halfway. But it's a horrible road. You would have to have the proper vehicles to do it.
Isn't that Richard's time, and this is because he's
doing the video. He knows.
I should.
Here's all the others heading off for the walk, but I won't go on that one. I'll just stay here, I think.
Oh, thank you.
Now we're at Old Hall's Creek, and this is the old cemetery. It's got a lovely old stone wall around it. I believe this is a restaurant here. It's for sale anyway, and it's not surprising. It's a memorial to Hall and Slattery, who discovered quite a bit of gold here in 1885.
Hard to...
I see, right. Brian ready to go for his usual morning. Right. And there's our camp. This was on the Buchanan Highway, and there's a big road up to the left heading north. I can't remember the name of it, but we're right at the intersection. And we're heading on to Wave Hill. There's the intersection up there. There's a windmill, and here's a few cattle. They must be coming over to see the car. Perhaps they think we're going to feed them. And this is just leaving Calaringi, or however it's pronounced. Now we have arrived at Top Springs, and there's only about 3 to 4 buildings here. 3 to 4 buildings. The whole lot would be on about, I suppose, about 3 acres total. This is at the Top Springs Roadhouse. There's abos there. They're arguing like hell. I suppose they've got a bit of grog there. I don't know. Yeah, there's a hotel there. You can always tell by the noise of the abos. Yeah. This is at the other end of the building, at the back. It's a roadhouse, and it just comes round here. You've got the toilets over there and here. And you've got a swimming pool here. And I organised a cabin for myself here just for a little bit of luxury. And it's very nice inside. It's got 4 beds all made up. Very good. There's a nice road train. That 1, 2, 3. That's only 3. There are others up to 4 that we've seen. This is at the Stewart Memorial. There it is. And it's about half an hour's run north of Three Ways. It's fairly barren land round here. Now we're at the Barclay Roadhouse. We're just getting a bit of fuel over there. And then we're heading on to Camberwell. Now, it's all of a sudden opened out onto this lovely plains, and we're just heading onto the Rankin River. We're not far from there now. We go. Arrived at Camberwell. Here's the main street. Camberwell. Here's another army one just arrived. That makes 3 now. Here they are. Here's an interesting mural on the wall. Here's a windmill where we're having lunch, but it isn't even hooked up to a pump. It's just turning by itself, and I suppose a while ago it used to fill these troughs here, but they're all empty. Here's our little unit that we had at Mount Isa. It was ideal. It had everything in it. It was air conditioned. It had everything you want. Hanging near the waterhole.
You go over. Take a photo. You.
We've got 2 brolgers here, see them? Hiding under a tree, there's one. Here's Brian at the Australian Hotel. He was here for the opening of this on the 24th of January 19 '59 when he was a jackaroo. Here's another camp. We're about 65 k's out of Bullia, and it's now about 6 o'clock in the evening.
Campfire dinner.
Stoking up the campfire because we're having that. See, we've got the camp oven and the fire.
Brian's got his long handle shovel.
And that's the same shovel that he uses for all sorts of things. And there's the setup. And it's a lovely spot because here's the water. Yeah. This is where I used to make up a bed, see? I used to leave the door open and then have a table and then a bag there, and then I used to have the air mattress along there, and it was very comfortable. Early in the morning. It's about 7 o'clock. This is a lovely little spot here. This is the one a little bit after Marion Downs. Look at all the birds here in the water. I suppose they're all fishing. Here's some more, they'd be weaners. All hanging around waiting for their mothers, I suppose. Now we're having lunch on the Diamantina River. Here's the pilot having a little bit of a rest and studying the map.
Roast beef sandwiches.
Roast beef sandwiches.
Roast lamb.
Roast lamb sandwiches, yes, that's right. Overcooked a bit, but very nice.
Fresh bread.
And this is the Diamantina River. It's just slowly flowing. It had rooms out the back there that we had, and they were very nice, and we had a lovely meal over there in the dining room, part of the hotel. It's now about 7:05 in the morning, and we're just heading off. It's Cooper Creek. It's lovely water. I don't know what this is, but it looks all right. This is having lunch on the road from Quilpie to Yowie. Now we have just arrived at Yowie, and we have organised a cabin here and a site. Here is the hot artesian bore. It's quite warm. Here's the baths where you can have an artesian bath. So you've got 3 to 4 of them along here. We're just heading out into the fossicking area to see what we can find for an hour or so. It's up there somewhere, way up there. There's Marcy here, but look down here. You want me to bring the bucket down, Brian?
Not yet.
Now we're in Yulo, of course. This is the general store. That's looking up the main street. The Yulo Queen Hotel. Here's the new lizard sign. When we were here before, it was over on the building near the racetrack. It's a little hedgehog. Now we're in the National Park near Hungerford, and this is a lake. It isn't always here, of course, But we asked the fella up at the information centre, and he said this has been the wettest year ever since they've had records, and that's for 110 years. There's the campfire. Now this is out of Hungerford, and that's where my bed will be over there. And look at this, look at, wait till I come in on the focus. Look at that, a charming couple, and the candlesticks.
And never to be repeated.
From the Murray.
From the Murray River cruise. It's inside the Hungerford pub.
We're going to
This is the gate back into New South Wales. This is about 80 k's out of Burke. It's about 11 o'clock. Now we're about 15 k's out of Burke. We're just having lunch. We just bought lamb pies in Burke. We heard them advertised on the wireless, and we went hunting for the bakery, and they were very... Heading into civilization now.